Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I wasn't sure if I should make this video or if I didn't know if I wanted to. I wanted to, but then I didn't because, it's just kind of just part of life. Unfortunately, sadly, this kind of stuff happens. And I wasn't sure if I would even waste my energy freaking putting, the effort into making a video about this. But then I thought to myself, man, what if something happens to me? Like, what if I actually literally do end up with this freaking, corona thing or something as a result of this guy's actions? And I thought, I want to document this. I want to share this story for many reasons, not just because of only corona. I mean, even if this wasn't going on, this whole corona thing, this is still something that goes on, and something needs to be done about it. There's multiple things that happen in the course of just a matter of minutes that all of them should have not happened. So I thought I'd share it. And worst case scenario, if I do end up having something bad happen to me, like this freaking corona thing happened, I know how it happened. So hopefully you guys won't have to come back to this video and be sharing this everywhere and everything as a result of that. I mean, if you share it, I hope it's just because I'm fine and everything is good, and you're sharing it because we need to do something to get the word out about this kind of stuff that happens regularly in our society. So this is what happened, and I've got some other footage I'm going to throw in from last night. Unfortunately, I wish I could have gotten the whole thing filmed, but this is part of the reason why this whole situation occurred in the first place. It's because of my stupid phone. As much as phones can be freaking important and vital to our living each day, survival even, for emergencies and all kinds of stuff. This thing last night, which has seen better days, as you can see, it's taped up, it's been dropped, a few times. The screen's broken. I've tried to save it as much as possible. You just can't replace the phone at the moment, so I'm trying to save the phone, So you'll find out why in a second, why that stupid thing was indirectly the cause of something directly bigger happening that should have never happened. So I'll just explain this the best I can. I'm still a little weird about it. It's like I was shaken up so badly. Like I can't even. I didn't want to admit how shaken up I was, because I like to think I'm generally a pretty strong person, pretty well put together. But I was shaken up. I was just so caught off guard by everything that happened, and it happened so quickly and so unexpectedly that it just messed me up. I was in tears. I don't admit this, but I was literally emotionally wrecked. I was in tears. Couldn't control how I was feeling at that moment because I just felt so violated. But what happened was, so as with probably a lot of you guys, this stupid freaking coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to freaking call this thing that has, again, a topic for another day, but something that shouldn't even be an issue worldwide right now is, again, people, humans, making bad decisions and all kinds of stuff. Anyways, selfishness. Let's get to this topic. I'll save that for another one. But because of this thing, I've probably, like a lot of you, been really afraid, uncomfortable. I'm trying to be cautious and doing what the government and health experts around the world are saying you should be doing to protect yourself from this. So I'm taking every precaution. I'm doing the the isolation thing. I'm not seeing people. I'm doing none of those things. I'm doing everything the way they're saying, keeping the distance. And it's easy to keep the distance if you're not out around people. So I've got that covered. I'm washing my hands repeatedly. If I buy something from the store, washing my hands. I'm doing all that stuff. So anyways, the smarter me as well, also thinking about when's the best time to do things where there's less people, where I can, go to the supermarket without having to worry about there being so many people. That makes it even harder to keep your distance and to be safe, Now, to be fair, before all this whole pandemic thing happened, I've always been that kind of germ freak kind of person. I'll admit it. I'm not gonna, it's just how I was brought up. If I ever tried to touch any food or do anything without washing my hands are getting smacked, So I've already had that kind of way. I've always been very, conscious of people who are licking their fingers and then touching things and all these kind of things. That's just me. That's how I've been. That's who I am. So I've always been that way. So this disease thing has made it worse, right? This virus, this thing that's going around now has made me now kick into extra, like, oh my gosh. Now I really got to freak and be extra, even more so. So now my hand washing, which used to be only, kind of like more like a quick 5-10 second thing, which I do quite often, but it would be a quick. Now it's turned to this freaking 30, 40, 50 minute happy birthday singing it. I sing it like 2-3 times, They say sing it once. I'm singing 2-3 times. I'm counting my head. And then I'll wash my hands and I'll re-wash my hands. Because that's just, again, and people know me know that's how I am. That's how I've always been. Anyways, so knowing that the best time to avoid people and to be in that type of situation is to go at night. That's what my brain's telling me. Which there so happens to be a 24-hour supermarket over where I'm at. In this area, there's a 24-hour supermarket. So I'm like, hey, man, freaking wait until after midnight, 1, 2 in the morning, go to this 24-hour supermarket, less people, freaking go in, get my stuff, be able to feel a bit more comfortable about going into the store, get some stuff, which I've been putting off. Like, I've been not wanting to do this. And then I finally felt a little bit more confident, and even though I know it's not foolproof, it's not really going to protect you, but it just makes you feel a little better. Maybe it'll protect you a little. I think it'll protect slightly, they say, maybe, some. But it's mainly to protect other people, they say. But for me, it makes me feel a little bit better. I found this, it's funny thing, it's actually a waist thing for your waist to burn sweat off or something. And I find if I put my hair in a ponytail and slide over my head, it works perfectly to kind of protect my nose and my mouth and stuff. So I once I got that, I felt a little bit more like, okay, maybe if I do that and go at the least busy time, maybe I can go ahead and do this supermarket thing, So anyways, I decide I'm going to do this. I go out, head to the supermarket. On the way, I need to get fuel. This is where everything just completely goes wrong. So before that, mind you, I'll just stick to this. We'll tell other stories another time. But anyways, I go to get fuel. So I'm the only car at the fuel station at this point in time, which obviously, yeah, great. Don't have to worry about people around me or anything. Get my fuel and go. I put the fuel in the car, and then I get into the car and proceed to pay by app. I'm going to pay by the app. This particular gas station, Caltex brand over here, you can pay by the app here. So I was going to pay by the app after punching my fuel in, putting my fuel in, obviously, because, again, I don't want to come near people, even though they've got the glass thing or whatever, but I always pay by the app, even before this. I've always been, if I can avoid being around crowds and people and anything and quick, efficient, easy, I do it. So I've always paid by app. And I always have to transfer money over to my card usually, because probably like a lot of you, the tap and go things and all these things so easy now, I don't keep anything on my main actual account that's attached to my card. I keep everything in my savings account. I transfer it over as needed, and then yeah, it's easy. So I'm sitting there trying to transfer the money over to the the transaction account so that I can then pay for the fuel through the app, right? Paying by app is an actual thing that is an option and highly recommended right now by everybody. So I'm sitting there, and it's only been a matter of minutes. Of course, my, again, super reliable phone, and I say that sarcastically because it's not now, it's freaking annoying as hell, decided that sometimes it works, sometimes it's like, it's just a thing, but it doesn't hold a full charge anymore, the battery, so it has to be plugged in, which again, it's going to be an important point in a second, again, while I'm mentioning that now as well. So anyways, I'm sitting there trying to get the phone to work, phone freaking goes out, I'm having to reboot my phone because the thing won't freaking work, it's frames, the thing's freezing up, the app's not working to transfer money over, and then I'm like, and then it wouldn't hold a charge, so I'm like, I have to plug the thing back in. Like I'm literally, again, trying to get to transfer money. That's all I'm doing. It's only been a matter of minutes, mind you. Again, not a long time. Okay, matter of minutes. The fuel operator guy decides to call the cops on me. And he reports and says that I was trying to steal the fuel. He says I was trying to steal the fuel. Completely BS. Completely defamation of character. And I'm like dumbfounded because I hadn't been there that long. My car was not on. My engine was not on. My lights of my car was not on. Nothing was on. I'm literally sitting in the car, not making any attempt to go anywhere or do anything whatsoever except pay for my fuel using the app and transfer money over. This guy decides in a matter of minutes, plus, if someone's trying to steal fuel, they usually literally try to steal fuel. They put the fuel in the car and they drive off. They go. My car has not moved an inch. Nothing's happened. It's sitting there. The engine's off. It's not even on. Nothing's on. This stupid car is just sitting there doing nothing. People who are trying to steal something, stealing is the active. You are literally trying to run off, drive off. Do you know what I mean? So how can he say and report me for stealing fuel when my car is stationary? I'm not doing anything but trying to pay for it, right? So anyways, it's a matter of minutes, mind you. It's not even like it's been like freaking, super like 30 minutes or something just sitting there or anything. Again, if I was just sitting there, again, common sense would say they're not trying to steal fuel if they're just sitting there not moving or going anywhere. So anyways, cops arrive. Not one cop, not two cops. I've suddenly surrounded by a cop car in front of me, a cop car behind me. I've got freaking 3 or 4 cops literally by my car now. One of them knocks on the window. I crack my window. Again, it's, and he's right by the door, so obviously safe distance thing. I crack my window. I don't want to freaking, again, so I crack my window and he goes, ma'am or miss or something, what's going on here or something like that. I don't know exactly what he said now because that part it wasn't important. I was like, oh, I'm just trying to transfer money over to pay for my fuel. That's all I said. Literally answered his question, what was going on. I told him exactly, and my phone was in my hand. So it was really extremely obvious what I was doing because someone trying to steal fuel, again, isn't going to have their phone in their hand at the gas station. right? Again, car not on, engine's not on, nothing's on, phone's in my hand. I'm literally, you can see that I'm trying to freaking transfer money over. So anyways, wasn't good enough for him. Nah, he decides to continue to, now it becomes harassment. I've answered his question. He's not happy with my answer. And then I'm already emotional. I'm already feeling some kind of way, okay? Because outside of this corona thing and all this stuff that's going on with that, I've already was feeling some kind of way because I have, you know, for you guys, some of you guys know who watch this video, but you know, I've only just found out my brother after a couple years of not knowing what had happened to him. He's been missing. No one's known anything. He suddenly made contact, but it's bad news. He's made contact's good news, but the bad news is he needs a heart transplant. You know, he's got serious health issues. All this stuff's going on. So I've got that in my mind. I'm all alone by myself over here, mind you. I don't have any family, anything here. I'm all alone. I'm going through this myself. So, you know, my thoughts are thinking about all kinds of things, thinking about my mom, who's also passed away, or thinking about stuff like that, thinking about my dad, thinking about family, and just all kinds of stuff going on during this period of time, probably like most of you. Anyway, so I'm already feeling some kind of way, and then suddenly, in the morning, early hours of the AM morning in the dark, 2 in the morning, suddenly, when you think you're not going to be seeing anyone or having a run-in with anybody, suddenly having multiple cops interrogating you, harassing you, for nothing. You did nothing, absolutely nothing. I'm like, dude, seriously, man, I'm just trying to pay for my fuel, that's it. So then this guy, and this particular cop, this main guy who's doing all the talking and stuff at this point in time, the main amount of talking, I should say, was being very aggressive, unnecessarily and unfairly aggressive towards me. Suddenly, okay, it becomes, he's like, put your window all the way down and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, look, I'd rather not have to put it all the way down if I don't have to, because of the social distancing thing. You're really close to me, and I just would prefer if I don't have to, you know, I have to, you know. So then he starts asking for my driver's license, and all this stuff like this starts happening. I'm trying to find my driver's license, but before I can even get to this point where I can give him my driver's license or anything, this guy decides to completely open my car door. He opens my car door. He takes my key out of the ignition, and he's standing next to me, guys. The door is open in the car, and he's standing in between. He's not standing at a distance, which we've been told that we need to do. This is by the government everywhere, probably around the world. Everyone's saying the same thing, but here they've said you need to keep a distance, you know, the safe distance between, and he was not doing that. He was literally right next to me. In between, the door is open. He's standing inside the car space of the door now, completely next to me. I'm getting freaked out because so I say to this guy, I say, hey, would you mind? Could you please stand the safe distance, which has been, you know, told for all of us to do. We've been told to do this. Can you please keep the safe distance? He says no. He told me no. He told me he doesn't have to. I said, could you please, like, and at this time, again, remember, I've done nothing wrong. The key here is I've done nothing. I'm transferring money. I'm sitting in my car doing nothing wrong. Okay? So he refuses to keep that safe distance, even though I've asked him, could you just please do that? That's all I'm asking. Just one step back, bro. Just be within the law right now. If you could see someone who's obviously, and I told him, look, man, I'm worried about this disease thing. It's going around. And no one knows who has it, whatever. I'm taking every precaution to do what I'm supposed to be doing, what I've been told to do. Can you please just do that? That's what you're supposed to be doing. He refused, especially when, again, I've done nothing wrong. So This guy then proceeds to tell me, you know, I'm like, dude, what's going on? I've done anything wrong. He's like, you know, he's like, just do what I'm telling you before you break any more laws. I haven't break any laws. I have not broken any laws. He goes, you've tried to steal fuel take fuel without paying for it. And I'm like, I have not done that whatsoever. What are you talking about? I'm trying to transfer money to pay for the fuel. I'm sitting here. My car is not on. I have not made any effort to leave this premises whatsoever. I'm stationary here trying to pay for fuel. How have I suddenly went to steal fuel? He also said I'm breaking the law also because then he also says, oh, you're not supposed to be using your phone right now. You've got your phone in your car, use your phone. You're breaking the law then. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not. My car is not on. My emergency brake is up. My car is not on whatsoever. And I'm, again, not driving with my phone on. I'm transferring money over in a parked car in a gas thing. How am I breaking the law? Again, this guy's made 2 accusations that were not true. He accused me of 2 things of crime. He said I'm committing crimes. This is what he said. Okay, so now I'm like, dude, he's like, he's driving license. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to find it. Okay, because I don't have my, it's in my, my side here, a bunch of cards and stuff. Like, I'm trying to find the thing for him. He's like, hurry and find it. And then he starts like getting, again, still, this guy's being aggressive with me unnecessarily. So then next thing that happens is, so I finally give him my card, which I had 2, one was the expired driver's license. I was like, wait, this is not the right one. I give you the right one that showed it wasn't expired. Because obviously I can't give him the expired license. I gotta give him the right one. So then, finally, then he goes, so I'm like, dude, if you guys just let me transfer, pay for my fuel, this is all unnecessary. Why are you guys being stressed? And mind you, I'm in tears by now, okay? I'm emotional, I'm a wreck, I'm in tears because this guy, his energy and everything is completely just so freaking negative and wrong towards me. They're treating me like I've done something wrong. Literally said I had, mind you. Literally said I had, which set me off even more because I'm like, dude, are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? That just made me more emotional. I'm freaking out. It's time in the morning. I've got freaking cops here. This is just blowing my mind. And the guy's not keeping it. I think the thing that was making it worse for me is just that I kept like, please stay out of my space because I've done everything in my power to do so. Every single day I avoid people, and suddenly this is the first time since this whole thing has started that I'm now got someone in my personal private space really close to me. I'm freaking out. I feel uncomfortable. And this guy literally tells me he doesn't have to follow those. Apparently, he's above the law. The rules of everyone's saying he doesn't care, and he puts my life at risk, my health at risk. This is how I felt. Because you know why I felt that way even more was after the fact when this cop, the same cop, is coughing. Coughing. Not one cough, not multiple coughs. Okay, he's coughing, and he did not have a mask on, and he did not have gloves on. He took my keys, taking my license, not wearing any protective things whatsoever. And this guy, I don't know if he has freaking the virus or not, but he's coughing. Even if he doesn't have corona, he might have the flu or something. Anything, he might, whatever he has, I don't want to catch it. You catch anything, it makes you even more susceptible to this virus and things. And I want to add that me, in case you don't know, I'm asthmatic. I have asthma, so I'm in a higher risk apparently, according to what they're saying, which makes me even more freaked out, which makes me more why I'm being extra cautious. Because they say people even if you're higher risk and stuff, you should definitely even more so be avoiding people and things, right? Even more reason why I try my best to stay away from it, because I don't want to catch this thing, man. It freaks me out, it scares me, and I don't even know if asthma is the only underlying thing I have. I don't know. I know lately I've had this freaking vertical things where you guys know about my vertical stuff, and who knows I'm scared to go to doctors, even check that stuff out right now. Like with probably a lot of people. I should have went, but I won't again unnecessarily be around a bunch of people who may have, and you know what I'm saying? You just second guess everything now. So anyways, long story short, back to this other topic here. So this guy, he's standing there, he's finally, I'm like, okay, so finally he's like, go in there and pay or something. Like, I'm trying to transfer money over. Again, back to this, I'm trying to transfer money. I can't, my phone wouldn't come back on. It needs to have the power to sometimes get the kick back on again and stuff with the battery, because it just doesn't hold the full charge properly and all these things. So I'm like, I need my keys. Where's my keys? I can't do it without my phone thing was being on. Again, I need my car on. So, you know, the ignition, just the ignition thing, like to the click on part, not the whole car engine, because I'm going to say, oh, you have your car? No, just the click, just the lighter thing. So anyways, the guy goes, okay, I'll give you keys back or whatever. The cop car comes, he drives and moves it right in front of me, because apparently I'm trying to steal fuel. So he makes it so I can't leave. Like I'm going to now do a runner at the gas station with now a bunch of cops around me, and I'm going to try to like escape now. This is how they're treating me. Again, like I'm a criminal, because the gas attendant guy says I'm trying to steal fuel, and now they think I'm trying to steal fuel as well. And now I'm sitting here surrounded by freaking cops who think I'm a criminal when all I'm doing is sitting there, again, unjustly. And I say to the cop guy, I say, hey, go over there, please, and get the footage so you can see that I pumped fuel and that I hadn't been here that long, and suddenly this guy is completely unfairly, instantly decides to call you and claim that I'm trying to steal fuel. So he says, you have no power, you're not in control here, or you're not in charge here, or something smart mouth comment to me. I'm just asking you to get the footage, and you will see that I'm just an innocent person trying to pay for my fuel. That's it. Just trying to transfer money over, and it was obvious. I said to him, and I said this to him, I said, dude, if I was trying to steal fuel, I would be the worst criminal in the world if I'm just sitting here with my car off. Who's trying to steal fuel with their car off, sitting at the gas station for minutes trying to transfer money over? Who would do that? Wouldn't you, if he was trying to steal fuel, put it in and instantly zip off into the distance and try to get out of there? Unbelievable. Even if I didn't have the money to pay for it, which I did, but even if I didn't, and I was sitting there, still the way they treated me in Overactive was not right. It would have been a matter of me going and trying to leaving my details and work out a way to pay for my fuel at a later date. I would probably leave my car there or something. But again, at no point in time, the way they treated me was deemed that was excessive force, that was defamation of character, that was all kinds of different things illegal that they did, and accusations, accused me of committing crimes that I didn't commit, all kinds of stuff. And I just felt really violated. I can't tell you how horrible I felt. The feeling was horrible. Being treated in this manner felt so horrible. I was emotionally just wrecked after that. Okay, that was gonna end. This card has a limit thing. Anyways, so I was then sitting there emotional. So okay, let me get to the point. So long story short, let me get to this other part. So I've transferred the money over, and then finally transfer while I'm trying to transfer it again, mind you, after the guy comes back, moves his car in front of the car and gives me my key back. Again, I'm trying to get the stupid thing to work, and my phone is stupid. It's taking, it's not instant. And so the guy goes, he gives me a time limit now. Now I have a time limit. You have freaking 4 minutes to transfer it out, 4 or 5 minutes. He said 4 or 5 minutes. I can't remember. It was 4 minutes or 5 minutes. It was one of them. But you have, no, I think so. You have 5 minutes transferred over. And I was like, dude, I'm trying my best. And he goes, no, you have 4 minutes or something. And he's like counting down now. I'm like, dude, it's not a time thing. Like, my phone is crap. I'm doing my best to try to hurry and make this happen. So this guy's putting even more pressure on me, treating me again like I'm a criminal, and telling me that I have a time limit now to try to get my stupid phone to transfer the money over to pay. So then I finally get the money in on there to pay, and I go to pay through the app, and this guy, the freaking thing, decides to make it so I can't use the app. He turns the thing off at the pump so I can't turn it off, and it goes, this pump has not been used thing. So he's done that to force me to have to go over there to pay for it now. I can't use the app. So now, again, my efforts to stay away from people has completely backfired. Now I have to go over there and pay for the fuel. I've got these cops around me. Everything is just freaking ridiculously just not worked out to how I just planned to go and get some stuff from the supermarket at the least amount of contact time, and I suddenly end up being in contact with multiple cops. But wait, there's more. So I finally pay. Cops getting ready to drive off, this other cops. I'm emotionally wrecked. Guy again was overly aggressive and just made me, like, I felt some kind of way. So that original cop, the one who was coughing and was really aggressive guy, he had left. There was the other 2 cops that was there. They were the last ones to leave. And they're driving off. I'm like, so what, you guys just gonna drive off like this now, like nothing's happened? And mind you, while that other stuff was happening early on, they also said, he goes, hurry up, I'm going to arrest you. Like, he was telling me, he was threatening to arrest me. I'm like, arrest me for what? I've done nothing wrong. What you gonna arrest me for? So, threatened to arrest me, accused me of crimes I didn't commit. All this is going on. Again, cars parked, I've done nothing wrong. Sitting here, I'm doing my best. Obviously, I'm emotional, I'm in tears, I'm wrecked. Trying to comply, try to do anything when you're freaking out of your mind and emotionally and wrecked. Like, it's not easy, right? You just like, you know what I mean? And we hear all the time about stories about what happens when cops get too excited in a situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even go further with that because everyone knows, you hear it all the time. I'm not saying that was going to happen, but you never know these days, right? Stuff happens. Anyways, so I'm just like dumbfounded. I'm like, you guys just gonna leave and pretend like nothing's happening? Like, you're just gonna go off? And he goes, what do you want me to do? Or something like this. I'm like, dude, how about be human? How about have a little compassion? How about being nice, friendly? You know, I would have liked to have heard an apology for how I was treated and say, sorry, we made a mistake because of what the intendant, he said. We apologize. All good, be safe, all this stuff. Something nice, right? No. Treat me like crap, make me, left emotionally just freaking wrecked. I'm like just in tears, dude. And I hate to admit this, but I was messed up. And all day I've just been, I just can't get it out of my head. Stop thinking about what happened. My mind was blown, man. I can't believe I had to experience this. Just couldn't believe that I had experienced this. So, what was even more frustrating, so when I go up to the window where the cash attendant guy is, right? And the cops are still over there, the car. So anyways, I ask him, I'm like, dude, why'd you call the cops on me? I didn't do anything. My car wasn't on, nothing was on. Why you accuse me of, stealing fuel? Why you do that? And this guy decides to be a smart ass and completely rude. And he goes, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Your mouth's covered or something, because I have a thing on my mouth. He's like, I can't hear you. Your mouth's covered. So I took it off. And I'm like, you can't hear me now? And I'm standing by the window and they have the hose there so he can hear me because I can hear him. If I can hear him, he can hear me. And I'm freaking screaming, like loud, talking loud. So make sure he can hear me. And he's telling me he can't hear me. I'm like, what a load of, this guy's obviously just totally has in for me. Like, he's, whatever his problem is, man, like, he's totally being super a-hole. And so then the cops hear me trying to ask this guy why'd he call the cops or whatever, and the cops come up and go, I would just pay your fuel and leave. Like, dude, I'm just want to know why he did that. And he's still going, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Like, unbelievable the way this guy is acting and treated me. So I've got a gas attendant guy treating me like, are you kidding me? Is this real? Is this really happening? Defamation of character, treat me like I'm some freaking just piece of crap, criminal scum person or whatever. And then I've got these cops all on me now. So anyways, finally, fuel's paid. I'm in the car. I'm emotional. I'm trying to pull myself together and just get back to feeling, you know, like just normal enough so I could drive again and go. Still haven't made it to the supermarket, mind you. Cops leave. New cops roll up, man. They come up, different cops. Literally a matter of minutes, different cops. Now, I'm not stupid. Of course, they've got freaking, their radios are all connected, man. They all know what's going on. They know what's happening. But these cops play it cool, and they seem cool. Mind you, these two cops actually seemed cool. He rolls up, they roll up, it's a guy and a girl cop. They roll up, and they're just in front of me. They hadn't like tried to approach me or like anything. They just roll up. They see me crying and stuff and emotional, and they say, the guy goes, "Are you okay?" And I could not hold it in. Like, he could see in my face I wasn't okay because I was still in tears and emotional. And I'm like, I just broke down. I'm like, no, I'm not okay. Like, tears I just freaking, again, waterworks came crazy. Because I was just so shook up. And he goes, hold on, let me park my car and I'll come talk to you. So he did the one thing that I really just probably really wanted from the very beginning, was just to be heard and to be shown some respect and like just let me say what I'm feeling, what I'm going through without feeling like have done something wrong or something, you know what I mean? Like treating me like I'm a criminal. And he, you know, he squatted down by the car. The door's open, mind you, and he's not like I think he's safe distance, you know. And he listened to what I had to say, and the girl cop just stood kind of behind him, and you know, they both were friendly. They acted like humans, you know. And then he tried to just explain to me, you know, like he tried to console me and then tried to make me feel better about the situation, basically. And he's like, you know, trying to explain, you know, his point of view, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But he was like, you know, he's not condoning how these cops act or anything. Like, you know, he was human. He was nice. He treated me with kindness, which is all anybody probably wants in particular right now. And so they made me feel a bit better, you know, like, because I just wanted it. Went from feeling like there's no hope in this world, man. Like, cops are gonna treat you this way. People are here. Like, I was feeling so much just sadness in my heart. I was just feeling some kind of way. And then these two other cops came and acted human and were really, you know, showed kindness. And he says, look, I don't know what happened. I wasn't here. And he said he didn't know, like, he just happened to be coming through, which I guess is possible. I don't know. But he was like, I just, you know, he offered to come and chat and see if I was all right. And so he would, you know, it helped me, because then he goes, hey, I was at the supermarket in the morning there yesterday, and there was tons of people already there in the morning. So he's like, you might want to hurry and get over there before all the people come in again. And I was like, thanks, man, I appreciate that. So, I mean, he was really understanding and kind, and it helped me feel better. I needed that. I really actually needed that other cop to come. Ironically, I felt like I needed that, because I was feeling so broken, man. I was feeling some kind of way. And then this other cops were kind, so I felt better, you know. But anyways, that's kind of what happened. I don't know where I've inserted this other footage. If I haven't inserted it by now, I'll insert it here. A part of how I was feeling and explaining what happened last night, and probably a bit of, I don't know how that footage is. I haven't watched it yet, but rewatched what I filmed yesterday. But you won't believe what just happened right now. I was completely harassed unjustly by police. I've done nothing wrong. I was pumping fuel in the car. I wasn't even here for that long. I was here for only a matter of minutes. The fuel guy decides to call the cops on me. I didn't do anything. My car's not on, not anything. I'm trying to transfer money over so I can pay for the fuel. The guy decides to call cops on me. Like, literally, I'm like just dumbfounded. 2 police cars come up and I start getting harassed, and the guy comes, opens my car door, takes my keys out of the car, and treats me like I've done something wrong, like I'm horrible. No innocent till proven guilty, no anything. I didn't even do anything wrong. I'm trying to explain to him that I was just trying to transfer money over to pay for my fuel, and my phone was just not freaking connecting. I couldn't. It was like dying. It wasn't working. I was just trying to transfer over. I wasn't even here that long, and the cops suddenly come. 2 police cars worth of people, because the fuel guy decided to call the cops on me unjustly and unfair, and they all treated me like I was a criminal, and they even accused me. They go, "We're trying to keep you from committing another offense," or something like that. And I'm like, I've committed no offense. They said you haven't paid for your fuel. I'm like, dude, I have not left the gas station. My car's not on. I'm sitting inside of my car, and I didn't do anything wrong. So why am I being treated like I've stolen fuel when I haven't done anything? I am trying to transfer money over to pay for my fuel. I was in my car transferring the thing over. My car was not on. My engine was not on. Nothing was on. Nothing made it look like I was even attempting to leave whatsoever. The guy takes my key. He opens the door. Everyone's supposed to do social distancing, standing at least 2 meters apart or something. He opens my car door, stands right next to me inside of the door airway. And this police guy, by the way, he's coughing as he walks off. He's coughing. This guy is sick or something, and he shouldn't even been out working. He didn't have a mask on. None of them had gloves or anything. They freaking took my keys. The guy was coughing, freaking didn't have a mask or anything, and he was the guy who was standing right near me, and would not leave. I asked him nicely, could you just please stand at least the social distance away from me? Just, can you do that? That's what the government is asking people to do now. Can you please just follow those rules? He said no, he doesn't need to. That's what he said. He said he doesn't have to. He said he doesn't follow those rules. They said that they could just, because for no reason, literally, I've done nothing, come take my keys out of my car, open my car door, stand right there, violate me. They have my driver's license and everything. I said I can't freaking pay for the fuel because I need my keys to turn the car back on so my phone will charge up and let me do it. Then the guy freaking goes around, gets the other car, blocks me in, and treated me like I'm some type of criminal. And the guy at the thing, freaking, I can't believe I was not been here that long, calls the cops on me and is make it like I'm trying to run off of fuel. If I was trying to run off of fuel, first of all, I wouldn't have been sitting in my car freaking for a few minutes trying to transfer money over. That would make me the worst criminal on the freaking planet, and stupid. Who does that? Like, it's ridiculous how I was treated and rude, and it was not cool. It's absolutely not cool. They're probably gonna come back and start trying to cause problems again. This is where I was at. This is my car. This is where I was parked. there was one cop behind me right here like this. Another cop came up here. And I wanted to film the whole thing then, but I couldn't because my stupid phone was freaking charged. Absolutely harassed me unfairly, unjustly. Absolutely. I told the guy, go get the tape, get the video from the gas station. Get the video so that you can see I wasn't here that long, that I was here for a short period of time, and that this guy freaking just decided to treat me like I was a criminal and call the cops on me, and I did nothing wrong. Anyways, that's what happened, more or less. You know, as much as I can detail it after everything's happened now. Yeah, so I thought I'd share this because I thought to myself, if I do happen to get this thing, I'll know where it came from. This is exactly where this guy, coughing cop guy, who may or may not have had it, but hey, that's how I would have gotten. He was the only person in my space close, and that I saw coughing, having something wrong with him. You never know. Okay, I'm gonna end this video here. I didn't even intend for this to go this long. I didn't know how long. I always think in my head it's gonna be a 5-minute video. And alright, see you guys on the next video. Back to normal, regular good stuff.